Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play a game I found on itch.io called Saintess of the Golden Bow. Wait. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play a game I found on itch.io called Saintess of the Golden Bow. Just my luck. Why does it have to be pouring now? I just want to go home. I'll be soaked by the time I reach the subway. I run down the street, holding my bag over my head in a fetal attempt to block the rain. I do my best to stay underneath the shop awnings. The cars speeding down the streets, however, pick up puddles that shower me in rainwater. I'm ill prepared for such weather. I didn't even take a hoodie with me, let alone an umbrella. The damp cold sweeps into my body, making me shiver. This day sucks. My boss yelled at me again. I had to cover my sick coworker on top of doing my own task. An office job sucks. For sure, working retail sucks too. At least it's a office job. You get to stay inside. I recently graduated from college and got this boring job where all I do is call people to sell them beauty products. I'll think that over some of the stuff I have to do. The beauty products, I don't even use it, so what's the point? Adult life sucks. It hadn't taken me long to tire of the monotony of adult life. Yeah, if I had to sell beauty products, I would probably choose what I'm doing now. I just want to curl up underneath the blanket and read web novels. Being the heroine of a fantasy novel would be such an amazing life. Fine to save the kingdom from impending doom with magical powers and falling in love with a hottie. Thinking about what to do next, I ran through the crosswalk. By the time I noticed the light was actually red, not green, it was too late. In the middle of the crosswalk, with a truck driving straight at me. I freeze. My mind tries to calculate if I could possibly save myself by taking a few more steps ahead or back. But no, there's no way to avoid death. I get Isekai'd. The Isekai'd novel. It hurts. The pain, it's excruciating. My whole body hurts so much. Until I suddenly stop feeling anything anymore. The absence of pain breathes me relief. I let my life go. Next thing I know, I'm floating in a con-like substance. I feel comfortable, safe even. Have I really died? Am I in heaven now? But I want to read the last chapter of my favorite author's new web novel. Now I'll never find out what happens to the heroine in the end. A chuckle escapes me, a loud sound in a quiet place. My patient, I'm pathetic, aren't I? I died and now I'm thinking about my hobbies, not my parents or my friends, not that I had a great relationship with anyone. Anyway, I was quite a loner. What is that sound? In the emptiness, I hear someone singing. In an angelic voice, it's calling to me. You must fight on. I must? I died. I'm dead. I don't have to do anything. Suddenly, I feel a pull. My soul is getting grabbed and yanked towards a golden whirlpool. I scream, but no sound comes out of my mouth. I close my eyes, shifting reality around me, making me feel dizzy. When my senses return to me again, the first thing I notice is the fresh scent of a forest. I open my eyes and look around. I'm in the middle of the woods, lush canopies of trees above my sway gently in a gentle breeze. There's something heavy in my mind, and when I look down, I see that I'm holding a simple hunting bow. My feet, clad in riding boots, sink into the damp green moss of the forest floor. I'm out hunting, I realize. Wait, how is this possible? I just died, Anne. It has been ages since I handled the bow. The last time I practiced archery was in middle school, back when my parents could still afford to spoil me. I never practiced archery. I also hadn't put on such high boots today for work, or these fancy pants, or this jacket. The outfit looks almost like it belongs to Korean webcomic. Who am I? Crystal? Crestial? Where are you, Crestial? Somehow I suddenly realized I'm supposed to be hiding. Hiding? From what or whom? I don't understand. I only know I must seek cover. The urge to disappear from sight is strong, and I don't even question it. I find a thicket of bushes, and drive into them, not caring that my outfit will get dirty or torn. From my hiding spot, I observe the situation, holding my breath. A handsome man with red hair, tied around his back in a ponytail, runs towards me. He's wearing some sort of fancy armor, and he has 2 thin swords in his hips. I recognize this person. This man is my knight, Levi Parashif. Wait, I don't have a knight. I'm Serene. I'm a 21-year-old simple American office worker, fresh out of college with a job in sales. Is this really the whole truth, though? Levi turns left and right, searching for me. Crestial, please come out. Failing to discover me, he runs off. I realize this guy looks from somewhere, and the name Crestial is familiar too. Wait, I wanna. No. I couldn't have. Did I get reincarnated? Wait, here? Out of all the books or games that could have been saved for my reincarnation, why did it have to end up in the BL tragic fantasy novel? Why this one? Oh boy, love. Saint of the Golden Bow is the work's name. It's originally adapted into a webcomic. That's how popular it was. The book used to be one of my favorites, but the world of the story is not a nice place to live. There's a war going on with a demon queen, and Crestial, why do I have to be reincarnated as her? What I just witnessed is the opening scene of the book, before Levi is chosen to become the satirical saint. He goes out hunting with his unacquainted love, the lady he's serving. He's supposed to protect Crestial, but he loses sight of her at some point, and an ugly sound makes the hair on my skin stand up. The creature that made the sound appears in my right. It's the ugliest thing I ever seen. It's an abomination, a demon. The imp's leathery wings flap in the air. Then the creature flies towards me. It has spotted me. In this moment, when Crestial the chorus dies in a miserable death to become part of Levi's tragic backstory. But I just died from being hit by a truck. Truck. I don't want to die again, especially not in a scripted event where I'm supposed to be just faded away so I can deserve as a part of someone else's tragedy. Not doing anything to save myself. It's not like me at all. The imp is still far enough away from me to attempt to save my life. I have to act quickly. The monstrosity is coming closer and closer. My hands are sweaty and my arms are shaking. I refuse to give up. Shoot the demon with the bow! In my hands, I hold the key to my salvation. I pull out the bow, draw it back, and aim at the imp that's flying straight at me. I take a breath and release it, remembering what I was taught in middle school from archery. When I'm sure of my shot, I know I can't deny anyone or send the arrow flying. The arrow hits the demon straight in its ugly head. With final fine sound, the monstrosity falls to the ground. I breathe heavily, collapsing to my knees. I did it! I felt my balled up fist against the ground, feeling the damp moss beneath my fingers. I breathe deeply again, taking the smells of the gorgeous forest. They calm me down. I'm alive. The tears roll down my cheeks. I was terrified, but I survived. Christian! Levi comes running towards me. When he sees the imp dead, a few steps away from me, and the bow still grabbed in my hand, a gasp of surprise escapes his lips. Christian, what happened? Did you kill that demon yourself? I nod for a moment, entertaining the thought that I indeed. Christian, not Celine. I open my mouth to explain the situation, but my voice sounds raw and shaky. I killed the demon. I killed the demon. I finally manage to whisper. Levi walks up to me and kneels down before me. My lady, can you walk? I give his question some thought, but I feel so weak. I wipe my tears away. I don't think so. I'll carry you. No, you don't have to. And there's no need for that. Levi takes me in the arms, bridal style. The bow slips between my fingers. We're close proximity. It's so embarrassing. I want to hide my face, but I can only do so against his chest, which is less than an ideal option.
My bow.
Don't worry about the weapon. I will return for your bow later. Right now, it's of utmost importance that I carry you back to the safety of the mansion.
But it's...
I still protest. Levi gives me a glare.
No buts. Let me do my job, for once.
Allow a long sigh and stop resisting. Levi walks towards where we left our horses, as my memory as Castile recalls. So I really am Castile now. I'm part of the world of Saint of the Golden Bowl, and I was supposed to die. So what will my survival mean for the story now? All washed up, my lady. After an awkward bath, where I had to let my maid, Linda, wash me, I finally dressed in a nightgown and allowed to rest. My body feels weak. The shock of dying, reincarnating, and then almost dying again finally takes a toll on me. A loud yawn escapes my lips. I cover my mouth. I'm going to lie down. Is there anything else you need from me? Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to formally dismiss Linda whenever I want to be alone. She's Castile's servant, after all. I'm good for now. I'll call you later if I need anything. Alright, my lady. Linda curtsies before me, and then she exits the room. I sink into the softness of the mattress, taking a good look around the room. This place has an undeniably expensive, polished, fancy look. Someone has tried very hard to make the atmosphere more feminine, and I know it wasn't Castile. Castile in the book mentions is quite the tomboy, caring little for girly things like dolls and decorations. She doesn't have good social skills, she lacks proper knowledge of etiquette, and she dances like an elephant. Instead, she's great at archery, hunting, and riding horses. However, this society deems all of these activities inappropriate for a lady, and thus she doesn't have many friends. Sounds so much like me in my past life. The only two people who really like Castile are Levi, who, for some reason that isn't really explained in the books, adores his lady, and... Castile, are you alright? Crescio's twin sister, Edence. The book also briefly mentions Edence as part of Levi's backstory, simply describing her as a more ladylike twin who loves pink and fancy novels. Romance novels. I feel Crescio's emotions for Edence? Yeah, Edence. In my heart, though. Crescio really cherishes her sister. Crescio? I can't even pronounce the name. Edence noticed that I'm staring at her with a faint smile on her face. I'm alright, thanks for worrying about me. She rushes over to my bed, fixing the pillow under my head and helping me sit up. Well, of course, I'm worried about you. You're my beloved sister. What would I do if I lost you? Levi was with me. Nothing bad could have happened to me under his protection. You think I don't know how you always run off with Levi during your hunts, making excuses that you have to be alone because he's storming too loud, scaring your prey off. Busted. I know exactly what Crescio has always done. So I wonder if Crescio somehow realized Levi was in love with her and has been trying to avoid darkness of his puppy-like adoration. Her feelings on the matter are unclear to me. I'm not sure. You got me. Did you split from Levi this time too, sister? I did. Figures. And lets out an annoyed sign. I give her a wide smile, enjoying the conversation despite her staring at me. I really like having a friend whom I can talk to freely. I really would like to staring. I really would like to know what happened today, though. Levi babbled something about a demon. I would like to know more too, for the matter. Far walks into the room without knocking or otherwise warning us of his presence. He has a stern look on his face, but it's not just his usual expression. The joy I felt out talking to Edence momentarily evaporates. New emotions from Celestial's surface of my heart. Her fire has always made her feel lesser, inadequate. I reveal her memories of him, curse inwardly. To say her fire favors Edence wouldn't at all capture the severe inanity of the situation. During some of their past interactions, he had been outright abusive, belittling Crescio and calling her names. I stiffen at my spine, sitting up straight. I look up to see. I took so much crap as settling, and I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to do it again as Cestial. What happened today has left you so disfavored. I look down at myself. The only blemish in my appearance is a scratch on my knee from when I hid in the bushes. The mark is so small that I didn't even notice it while bathing. Otherwise, I'm wearing a fresh nightgown and all cleaned up. There's nothing displayed about me. I gave Farah a defiant look. As you can see, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Farah huffs. You and your sister's 18th birthday is in 3 days. We're leaving for the capital the day after tomorrow. If you're not healed up and in a top form by then, I'll be up and running by tomorrow. My body feels tired and heavy, but it's nothing a bit of sleep can't fix. I see Auden scoot slightly to the left, as if taking a step away from Father's negative energy. You better be. I don't want you to ruin the golden bow ceremony for your sister. You're banned from leaving the mansion for the next 3 days. I open my mouth to tell him off, but my eyes land on his. She shakes her head slightly. To honor her wishes, I decide not to agitate Father any further. All right. I nod. I don't feel like going hunting or horseback riding. Anyway, someone would quickly notice that I'm not as good as those activities as Castiel should be. I'm still not sure how much of her skills I can access for myself. Levi set me in front of himself on his horse to return to the mansion earlier, so I don't have any idea if I actually know how to ride a horse myself. I only rode a horse once or twice as Serene. Kylie? When I was a kid, not nearly enough to match celestial spirits. Now, tell me what happened. I killed a demon. Your father is, well, gasped Sarais. You what? Levi said you two had an encounter with a demon. I assumed he was the one to kill it. I shake my head and smile. I shot the imp with my bow. What's such a monster doing in the middle of the Korea Empire lands? We're far from the waterfront. The imp was conveniently there to kill Castiel for Levi's tragic backstory. I want to tell the truth, but of course I won't. Father and it would take me for a mad woman if I blabbered about them being characters from a novel. I don't know, but a monster attacked me and I killed it. I shrug, like my actions were nothing out of the ordinary. After all, in the face of danger, kill or be killed. Father sits down in a chair next to the entrance of my room and hides his face in his hands. I know my daughter wasn't much of a noble lady, but this. He humbles loudly enough for both Edith and I to hear him. My sister and I share a smile. Where was your night when the demon attacked you? I should choose my words carefully. I don't want Levi to take the blame for my actions. I ran off on him again. I wanted to hunt on my own. Of course. He will sigh, like a burden. I'm burdening him more than he can bear. My body takes a moment to remind me how tired I am. A big yawn escapes my lips. I cover my mouth with my hand. Rest. Fur gets up and gestures to us to leave. She nods and walks behind him out of the room. She turns to me when she's in my doorway and gives me a warm smile. Get some rest. I'll be back later. I return her smile and sink more deeply into my bed, making myself comfortable. It doesn't take long for me to fall into deep and dreamless slumber. When I wake up again, the rays of morning sun pours into my room. I get out of the bed and stretch to make sure my body's working properly. I feel refreshed after a long sleep. No more weakness in my limbs. Everything's in order again. I walk to the desk and sit down. I take a fresh sheet of paper. I hesitate when I realize there's only a quill for writing, but I won't be stopped. I produce a few scratchy letters. My handwriting looks horrible. It seems like I can't directly access Castiel's skills after all. It's quite inconvenient. I can manage to write with a quill, but not very well. Only in English, of course. I have to write down everything I know about the web novel Saint of the Golden Bow, so I can organize my knowledge of the world and line it up with Castiel's memories. Scratchy handwriting or not, I need to sort out all my assets. Let's start with the basics. Saint of the Golden Bow is a romantic tragedy-based web novel by the Korean web novelist Hanyu Kim. I read the English translation on one of my favorite web comics and comic apps. The story is supposed to be turned into a webcomic and had a promo art, which is now I am able to recognize Levi immediately. His design in the artwork even had him in the same outfit he's wearing on the day of the demon attack. I sit up for a moment and wonder, over to the mirror. I stretch a hand into the glass. The design of crystals wasn't included in the promo art. I take in my new features in purple hair and pink eyes, a slender finger. There's no denying it. I'm not really Celine anymore. Celine? Yeah, Celine. Anymore. Selena. Yeah, Selena. The understanding that I have reincarnated into a novel finally sets into my mind. I feel calmer than I ever thought I would be if something out of a novel suddenly changed the course of my life. There's no fighting the reality, is there? As strange as this situation is, I'm ancestral and I have I have her memories, but somehow I'm Selena as well. I acquired with the knowledge of the world that she never had. I walk back to the desk and sit down to continue arousing my thoughts. Maybe after I proceed everything, I will break down and cry about my fate right now. However, I don't feel like moping around. We're gonna do my next wife as a villainess, but we were supposed to die. Instead, I want to fight for a better fate. Back to Saint of the Golden Bowl. This book starts out with her death event. Levi was in love with his lady for years, but the actual love interest in the story is Prince Noah. She has to die at the beginning of the story to make Levi feel at his lowest when the Golden Bow chooses him as the saint. Why didn't she save herself when she was said to be so great at archery? It's possible for me to use my miracle skills to defeat the demon. Must be book logic. She had to die for the story of the Saint of the Golden Bow to proceed the way it did. Soon after her death, Levi's quest to save Lokari Empire from the Demon Queen begins. However, he doesn't go alone. Noah, as well as the High Priestess Alicia, the second love interest, would accompany him on the journey. Noah and Levi fall in love. Alicia falls in love with Levi too, but Levi chooses Noah. When the final confrontation with the Demon Queen happens, the love Noah and Levi share is a important component to defeating the fiend. Though their love of the magic of the weapon becomes stronger. However, this story is a tragic one. Even though Levi defeats the Demon Queen, he perishes in the process. Noah and Audra live on in peaceful triumphs to the Lokari Empire. I remember crying at the end of the book, cursing the author for writing such a beautiful yet heart-wrenching tale. I reread the novel twice. Saint of the Golden Bow is really one of my favorite stories. I still don't appreciate being reincarnated into the world, though. Especially not as her, whose only purpose of the story is to add anguish to the Levi's wife. I didn't die when I was supposed to, though, and now the story has continued regardless. I wonder how many things will change because she lived on. Will Levi still fall in love with Noah despite the fact that I'm still here? I really don't want my ship to sail for the boys to get together, but I don't know if the outcome is possible under these circumstances. If Levi and Noah don't fall in love at the end of the quest, will Levi still be able to defeat the Demon Queen? Asher, what if I've broken the story beyond the repair by avoiding my demise? What am I supposed to do, though? Just roll over and die? That's not like me. I'm a fighter. Maybe I could change the story even further so that Levi will still survive at the final encounter. I have no idea how to make this plan work, but more opportunities to influence this world further will present themselves to me. After all, though, The thought of it chilling. What happens here isn't just a web novel story. Save the Golden Bow is my new rowdy. At the day of me and Eden's 18th birthday, father takes us to the capital to attend the Golden Bow ceremony. Levi has his 18th birthday a few days ago as well. Since he's the lower standing than the court's family, account's family, father got the approval of the church for Levi to attend our ceremony together with us instead of his own a few days earlier. Your knight has to guard you at all times, Far has said to her before I reincarnated into her body. After the encounter with the imp, he became more convinced that Levi should never leave my side. Not that Levi is complaining about having to stick close to me, for obvious reasons. Now, Levi and I stand in the middle of the chapel, in the royal palace in Sluis. Wolkari's empire capital. Behind us are many people who will be tested. Before us is a high priest, a priest. Alija Sorin takes the spot behind the theoretical golden bow, the fabled artifact that will choose the saint one day. I know the day will be today because Levi is the one who will be chosen. I eyed the bow with suspicion. Light reflects its golden-covered surface. The design is pretty and elegant. Looks like a pain in the butt to use as a weapon. Too ornamental for my taste.
We are all gathered here today to see if the golden bow, the weapon given to us by our Lord to help us one day defeat the vile demon queen, will finally choose its saint. On this beautiful morning, when the sun's rays fall through the windows of our chapel, let us give our gratitude to the Lord. He has given us means to end the war that has been raging for so many decades.
I've never been particularly religious, even in my past life. I especially don't believe in a fantasy god, but
Let us give our gratitude.
Let us give our gratitude.
when my sister and Levi bow their heads and say the words of prayer, along with all the other people in the hallway, I mumbled the words as well.
Let us give our gratitude.
I'm like, oh wow, we sound unimpressed. I don't want to draw suspicion to myself after all.
20 years ago, the blessed blacksmith was bestowed with the Lord's inspiration and crafted the golden bow. He worked tirelessly day and night until finally he completed the artifact. Ever since then, the people of the Lucari Empire have sought to be tested on the day of their 18th birthday by the golden bow. The artifact will choose its wielder. That person will become the saint and be tasked with defeating the demon queen who has terrorized our borders for 23 years.
I'm glad Ali, I'm going to call me Ali, reminds us of the history of the bow. I forgot some of the details.
I will now call forth today's attendees to be tested. Each of you just needs to touch the golden bow once, and its judgment will be bestowed on you.
Ali takes out a sheet of paper and reads the first name on the list. My sister, Eldence, daughter of the Dequance, daughter of the Count Dequance. She approaches the bow. She puts the hand on the artifact. Nothing happens. Of course, what did I expect? Levi is the saint. The golden bow will only go for him. A frown appears on the high priestess' brow as he reads the next name. Me! I take a deep breath and step into the podium. Reminding myself I shouldn't expect anything, I put my hand on the weapon. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, the bow goes. Its light's getting brighter and brighter with each second. The light feels scorching hot. I close my eyes, worrying if I'd go blind if I didn't. I don't. You must fight on. I hear an angelic voice again, but with this bow, the one speaking to me when I reincarnated, was it the god of light himself? The thought that I may have been addressed by an entity is frightening. No, gods aren't real. You're not religious. Celine. The golden bow. The boring light makes my skin feel like fire, so I take my hand away from the bow. But my hands continue burning, the searing pain climbing on my arm to my chest. I scream, my head spinning. The pain is too much for me to handle. I want it to stop. Stop. I'm on fire. I'm dying. Not again. Lady! Sister! Levi and my sister are calling to me. I don't have the strength to respond. My conscience fades, darkness taking me into a comforting embrace. I feel so groggy. I'm in the guest room of an apartment that was assigned to my family when we were first arrived to the palace for the ceremony. The impersonal decor makes the place feel cold and unwelcoming. I know the room is supposed to look grand and elegant, but I don't feel it at home at all here. Lady, can't be the Saintess of the Golden Bow. The world's too dangerous for her. I turned my head to the left. Levi and my sister stand by the door. Near of them knows I'm awake. Just imagine her going out on a dangerous quest to defeat the Demon Queen. Makes me terrified for her life. We have to stop the church and empress for declaring her the Saintess. Levi, it's not for us to decide who the Saintess is. Neither is it the choice of the church or the empress, the god of light, who singled out her to be the savior of our empire. This must be some kind of mistake. Levi, you're committing blasphemy here. You can't go against God's wishes. But lady, my lady is... Look, I know you're worried for my sister, but please, keep your words. If someone other than me hears your opinions about God's choice, you'll be in trouble. So I really am the Saintess of the Golden Bowl. I speak up, not believing in my words. Levi and my sister turn to me. My sister runs up to my bed and takes my hand in hers. You're awake. How are you feeling? Fine, I think. Just a bit tired. You really scared us in the chapel. You screamed like someone was tearing you apart. The light of the bow entered my body and felt like it was burning me. That sounds horrible. Tears up in her eyes. I squeeze her hand, trying to comfort her. I glance behind her, where Levi still stands in the doorway. He was defeated look on his face when he notices me watching him. He finally approaches the bed. I stand behind her. I can't be the Saintess. I'm supposed to be. I was cut off when I realized I almost just said that Levi was supposed to be chosen as a saint. I can't tell them what happened in the book. They don't even know they live in a fictional world. For some unspeakable reason, the Golden Bow, the god of light himself, had chosen me instead as the savior of the empire. Why me? I pondered out loud. I'm so confused. I don't want to be the Saintess. Why was the story suddenly changed so much? I only did my best to survive. Did the fact that I wasn't sullied by the demon really quite such a severe butterfly effect? Or was I already chosen at the moment of my reincarnation? I remembered the angelic voice of the bow, sounding like the voice I had heard after dying in the accident as Celine. I'm sure you'll be fine. You're excellent at archery. She smiles through her tears, trying to reassure me. I'm not as confident about my fine skills as she is. I may have been good. She may have been good at the bow, but I can't access her full abilities. Judging by my handwriting, I can only imagine the bare minimum of what she could. I'm not proficient in any of her skills. I know how to use the bow somewhat from my experience as Celine in the middle school. Oh, this whole situation is so depressing. No, it must be. I must not lose heart. I have to stay strong and face my fate head on. What's going to happen to me now? The Empress has summoned you for her audience in 3 hours from now. What does the Empress want from me? She wiped her tears away. She didn't say, but I think she intends to personally congratulate you on your new role. Alright, I suppose I should start getting ready then. First, High Priestess Ali requested to check on you as soon as you woke up. Check on me? With his light magic, he wants to see if your body and mind are alright after being touched by God's grace. I'm feeling okay, but I suppose I shouldn't turn away a member of the church. Not complying with their wishes might be dangerous now that I'm somewhat part of their organization. The reality is overwhelming. I would really prefer to be alone now, but there's no time for me to mull over what has happened. The church chances breaking down will come again. It will come later. After everyone goes to sleep. Okay, you can tell the high priest I will see him. I will go bring him here. Levi turns around and walks out of the room in long strides. She gives me a comforting smile. Everything's going to be okay. I hope so too. Silence falls between us, and it's a cozy, warm kind of quiet. I got the feeling that no matter what happens, she will support me. I envy her for having such a great sister and friend. I should use the opportunity to ask my sister some questions about my situation. I just have to be careful about how I approach the topic. I don't want to reveal my jumbled knowledge about the world. Okay, I can just ask, just to save my throat, because literally talking too much kind of hurts. Kind of get my throat dry. Because we already know that that's been a long time, and that we have to fight the Demon Queen. That's all the questions I have right now. Those are all the questions I have now, for now at least. Thank you for helping me sort out through everything, sister. She gives me a bright smile. That's why I'm here for. One thing's certain, the people of the Empire have been waiting for the Saintess for ages. A lot of faith will be put into your abilities. A lot will be expected from you. I don't envy you. If I could, I'll share the burden with you. Thank you. I'm really moved by my sister's dedication to me. There's a knock on the door, but then Levi's voice can be heard from the other side. Hi, Priestess Ali. In the court, and Count, your father has arrived. They can enter. Allie comes into the room, followed by father. Levi chooses to close the door behind them, remaining in the living room of our apartment to guard the entrance. The high priest bears a friendly smile. Father, on the other hand, wears his usual scowl on his face. Aye, Father. I get to do dangerous stuff now. He seems like he wants to say something, but I gave him an encouraging look, which is met with a glare. I don't know if I should laugh or cry at the fact that his disposition towards her hasn't changed even in the middle of such a high-changing situation. What does she have to do with her father to show her affection? If I had any hope, he would be proud of me now that I had suddenly advanced to a great position in the hierarchy of the Empire. It evaporates now. I decide not to say anything to Father while Allie's in the room. I don't want him to witness a fight between us. I doubt I could hold my tongue right now. May I sit beside you? Sure. Ellie approaches and sits down on the bed. I need to touch you to make sure you're healthy. Is that alright? Is that how light magic works? As someone who's reincarnated here from Earth, I have well known about magic. I don't remember a saying like this from the High Priestess in the book. Come to think of it, Levi didn't faint after touching the golden bow. He must have such stronger resistance to pain than I do. She doesn't even have doesn't know much about magic either. She has no magical powers of her own. After all, nobody in the Isekai'd family does. If Allie says he has to touch me for his magic to work, though, I doubt he's lying. I look at him, and he stares back at me with a patient smile. The high priest is really attractive. I never thought I would find a guy with pink hair dashing, but he must have the longest eyelashes I ever seen in a man. I'm blushing, realize I am checking Allie out. He's a priest, for heaven's sake. My sister would remind me that he can only marry within the clergy. He's off limits. Besides, he only wants to touch me to make sure I'm okay. Stupid hormones. I clear my throat. Though I can do nothing to stop my cheeks from burning. Oh, wait. Was I... Stupid hormones. I clear my throat. Though I do nothing to stop my cheeks from burning. Alright, go ahead. Always surprised me by laying his forehead against mine. Before I can protest, an aura of white surrounds his body. He was really working his magic on me. I close my eyes and focus on his magic to makes me feel. His touch is present and warm. I begin strangely comforted. Before I realize what I'm doing, I lean closer towards him. Ellie chuckles. It makes me snap out of the comforting embrace of his magic.
Light magic does have a good feel, doesn't it?
There's a twinkle in his eyes and a comfortable smirk in his face. Is he flirting with me? Embarrassed, I pull away. Lady, it's healthy. I can... She is healthy. I can confirm that the golden bow magic has entered her body. She's the Saintess. Father lets out a heavy sigh. I hope you won't embarrass me. I love you too, Dad. I glare at him, pushing my lips. I don't want to call him out of this unkind behavior, but I stop myself. I turn back to Allie instead. Thank you for the checkup. You're welcome. Only 2 hours remain until she has to go attend the audience with the Empress. Oh yeah, you should go and let your sister prepare for seeing the Empress. I want to keep talking to Allie. If anyone can explain to me more about the golden bow's magic, it's him. Unfortunately now is not the right time. Far rings a bell. A moment later, Linda appears in the doorway. Make her presentable for the meeting of the Empress and Emperor Consort. Yes, my lord. When we says their goodbyes to me, and they leave me along with my maid. I follow a step behind father. We walk through the corners of the palace to the phone room where the Empress and the Emperor Consort are waiting for us. As I watch father's back, I feel her resentment for her father resurface. Not resentment. It's a strong enough term to describe her feelings. She hated her father. Not without reason either. What he has done to her over the years is something I can only describe as pure abuse. He's belittled her constantly, both in public and in private. His favorite title for her is the no good daughter. He has always made her feel like she's less than her sister. Unworthy of his praise, the only time he ever puts his attention away from her sister is when she misbehaves. Her mother died when the two girls were young. She had no memory of her, and no one to shield her from her father's wrath. Maybe the situation is why she is always on the hunting or housebreak crime, taking herself far away from the father and her duties as a noble lady. And Levi, he has watched her suffer at her father's hand. I have no memory of him standing up for his love and her father. I have a memory of him standing up for his love and her father having him flogged for it. After the event, she forbade her knight to ever act on her defense again in front of her father. Levi protested, but she insisted, using her authority as his noble lady to make him agree. In the years that followed, they both suffered. Her from her father's abuse and Levi watching his love and pain. How could I not hate her father for his disgusting behavior? A pain of loneliness shouts from my heart. My parents never abused me. I wasn't even from a picture-perfect family either. There was a lot of fighting between mom and dad before they finally divorced. I was 14 when they parted ways, and I had a lot of trouble accepting that the situation wasn't my fault. I tried to help them fix their broken relationship before the divorce, but they didn't believe their marriage was worth saving. Eventually, everything fell apart regardless of my efforts. Ever since then, I have trouble trusting people enough to fall in love. I had a boyfriend in high school, but he broke up with me because I was too cold and malicious towards him. His exact words. At the time, I just didn't know how to show love or if I should even open up about my feelings for him at the early stages of our relationship. Both her and me have their own baggage, our own baggage. I think I was finding it very hard to not to talk back to father when he was rude to me. She had a long time given up on the relationship and simply chose to ignore his outbursts. But letting someone belittle me wasn't my style. I realized father had stopped walking when I almost bumped into him, stopping just in time to avoid the collision. I praised to Allie. Hello again, Saintess. Count Delicacy, yeah. Allie nods at us with a soft smile, ignoring Levi's presence, of course. Knights and the Wakon Empire are just guards to their nobles. Allie doesn't think much about Levi in this reality. Levi is no saint, after all. I decided to join you during the audience. We're happy to have you. Are you ready to enter? I'm not, but then again, I'm not sure if I ever will. Far nods in response to Allie's words before I can protest. Let's enter. The guards at the front of the forum room entrance opened the door and Var and Ellie entered the hall. I turned to Levi. not more than I ever need to support of someone who I know cares for me. Even if Levi won't be allowed to say anything during this audience, I want his presence at my side. Come in with me. You only be able to stand by the door, but I want you to be there for this conversation. Alright. I entered the throne room. As well, now Levi followed behind me. The Empress is sitting in her throne, and Emperor Crystal is lounging in the smaller chair next to her. The Empress is radiant in person as she's in her memories, wearing a golden crown, and her son of the Empire. Her husband, the Emperor Crystal, Lucas, comes from an allied country. Though he is called the Moon of the Empire. When the Emperor sees us approach, he gives us a bright smile. At last, the prophesized Saintess is standing before me in the flesh. I smile, make my best attempt to curtsy, following her memory. The wince on my far side tells me I failed to move properly. For some reason, I find his expression funny. I cover my mouth, as to not see the smirk on my face. If I embarrass Father in front of the Empress, I can't say it wouldn't be enjoyable. Father and Allie make a smooth bows. Thank you for the chance to have an audience with you, Your Grace. Grace to be in your presence again. Oh, lady. Of course, how could I not gaze upon the chosen heroine with my own eyes? The Empress had been waiting for her for over 20 years. Though I'm surprised your daughter is the one who turned out to be the Saintess, Count Alec. A nervous chuckle escapes Far's lips. She always been good with the bow. So I heard, your daughter doesn't act much like a noble lady, does she? She does have a reputation for enjoying quite boyish activities. Far's face turns beet red. He's embarrassed because of me. I realize I shouldn't let myself be too happy about the situation, though. There's too much at stake. I can't ignore the fact that the Saintess I have a important role to uphold in the Empire. As my sister explained to me, I'm the fourth most important person in the hierarchy now. So, no pressure. It would be the Empress finds. It seems the Empress finds me lacking as well, and having me out of all the people displeased with me is not good. I remembered Noah's plotline from the novel. The Emperor sends him on the quest with Levi to defeat the Demiquin, even though Noah is the heir of the throne. Or, he should be. But the Empress firstborn, being Emperor's firstborn, however, the Marsha is a very controlling person. She doesn't want to give up the power of her throne to anybody, so she hopes to continue ruling for her child once she's abdicated. Due to the law of the Empire, a person can only rule for 40 years before they have to pass the role to another. The Empress is aging, but based on what I know from the novel, she's hungry for power over the years. It has only grown. She wants to keep the influence over the politics of the Empire. However, Noah, her heir, isn't someone who can be easily controlled. The Empress has a secret son, however, 10-year-old Matthew, whom she raised to be completely obedient and rely on her opinions. She only sends Noah on the mission because she hopes he will die so she can establish Matthew as her new heir. She can't pronounce someone else the crown prince until Noah's gone. Someone as ruthless as the Empress is definitely not a good enemy to have. It's known that the court, Deocus, I can't even pronounce the name. Has two daughters, the one who's a perfect image of the noble lady and the one who's a tomboy. I suppose the girl that stands before us, though dressed in finery, is not much of a proper noble. Silence falls in the room. Everyone looks at me, expecting me to answer. Under the sudden attention, my mouth is dry, and I can't find the words. They don't know much about her, but rumors precede her. They had aligned judged her. Me. Why did I think I would suddenly gain respect by becoming the Saintess, when her questionable reputation has been spreading for years? In a sense, it's good that everyone expects her to be quite lousy at etiquette. After all, I have no idea how to curtsy or properly use the utensils or dance like a graceful noble lady. Since her skills don't directly transfer to me, if she's already had been a perfect lady, I would have suddenly looked like an imposter. Still, I don't want the Empress to think I'm worthless as a Saintess, too. So she deems me inadequate, like father does. She's tried to get rid of me so that the golden bow can chosen our saint. I don't think she is very forgiving personality, judging by how much she hates her own son. Just when I get her my words to speak, the door in the front room bursts open. A well-posed, tall, blonde man enters the room in dramatic fashion, his cloak waving behind him. In the sun, draft of air, he is Noah, Levi's love interest in the book. I'm gonna have to say, the only thing I do have issues with is a boy love book. Or they all fall in love with her, and then I'm a girl, so I'm basically taking away their sexualities in this or something, or they're all just bi. He's one of the most handsome guys I've ever seen, but Levi Nelly, his skin is darker than most of the Emperor's nobles. The current Emperor Kasa is not Noah's father, but the previous Kasa was also from the allied country, the Durdan, which happened to be in the south. Duran are known for having darker complexions. Noah looks are a mixture of aspects from both of his parents. When he spots me, he smirks, tear on his face. His red eyes shine with mischief.
Knock, knock. Did I miss anything?
Fashionably late as always, my son.
If I missed nothing, there was nothing to miss.
I like him.
This is the Saintess, right? Count Decoris is a tomboy dog.
Yep. I hope back a grown. Even no one knows about her reputation.
Yes, that's me.
You're good at archery, are you not? Better than you are at etiquette, at the very least.
Did he say etiquette wrong? Etiquette wrong?
Yes, I'm quite good with the bow.
I'm probably not as good as she was, though. I presume, judging by her renowned reputation. At least I still good enough to shoot arrows from decent accuracy. I just need to practice a bit more and remember everything I learned in middle school.
Quite. Then you'll be perfect for the role of the Saintess.
How can you say that? If a lacking individual takes up such a high role in the hierarchy of the Empire...
I think it doesn't matter to you, butthole, because, Bo chose me, not you.
All the Saintess needs to do is shoot the golden bow and hit the Demon Queen straight in the heart. Then the war will finally be over.
I'm gonna destroy the Demon Queen. What?
Is that not what you want, mother?
Alright, I want to ride a demon dragon and
I want peace more than anything else.
That's a lie. With the army off fighting in the war front, the Empress feels more secure in her role here in the capital. Do you question God's will, Empress? This is the Lord who has chosen the lady, Our Lady, to be the Saintess of the Golden Bow. With her, well, she's may be lacking some arrears. Her assets she's great at archery, and her reputation confirms her words. Right, Mother. So you shouldn't worry. Lady Delicates will make an excellent Saintess. I wish I could share the faith these two have in me. Still, I have to maintain a confident front. So I put on my brightest smile. Please don't worry about anything, Your Grace. I'll defeat the Demon Queen and bring peace to the Empire. The Empress gave me a long look. After a moment, the confident smirk that Noah inherited from her is back on her face. Excellent. Then there's nothing stopping us from proceeding with the mission to defeat the Demon Queen, is there? Noah, you'll be the one leading the Saintess quest. Noah's eyes widen. He opens his mouth, then closes it. But you will lead the Saintess quest, and you will take the 20 best men from the Golden Guard, the Mage's Tower, and the church to accompany you. And you will leave in a month. In a month? So soon? Shock makes my heart erratic. With my current archery skills, I'm nowhere near ready to defeat the powerful enemy so soon. Is this a problem? You said you're great at the bow, and all you need is to be successful as a Saintess, right? The Empress has really turned her tables on me. I can't deny her words, and neither can Noah. After all, we are the ones who just made those claims to her. I simply thought you had more time to prepare. There's no more time. Not with the Demon Queen's army closing in more and more on the capital in recent years. I think the Saintess and you are ready enough. But do you question the Emperor's judgment? The Emperor and Noah glare at each other. Noah doesn't respond. He finally just turns around and walks towards the door. Noah, you will be paired for the quest and depart in a month. As you wish, Your Grace. If it's not too much to ask, I want to copy the Saintess and the Prince on their quest. Ellie's request surprised me for a moment until I remember he wanted to join the mission when Olivier was a saint as well. Are you sure, High Priest? You will be leaving your office behind for 2 months. Yes, I'm sure. I'll take Gareth with me as well. Meredith can manage running the office on her own. I appoint some people to help her with the paperwork. The Saintess quest will be a historic moment in the life of the Empire. I cannot wait to miss. I wouldn't want to miss witnessing the Saintess defeat the Demon Queen. He had a strange taste, but the Elias white magic our success will be easier. I can't protest. We need all the help we can get. Alright, you may go as well. Thank you, Your Grace. I will organize a ball to celebrate the finding of the Saintess tomorrow evening. You'll be sure to attend, all of you. Your all reply will be there. After some final departure words, we're dismissed. After the audience, I asked everyone to join me. Give me some time alone. I'm too overwhelmed by the recent events. I need some time to think. I took a sheet of paper and quill and began to scribble down my thoughts. I surprised my deaf event. The demon attacked in the woods near the Decoy's mansion. That's why Levi's likely to continue to love her and not become interested in anyone else. Except I'm not really I'm not really the one he loves. I have her memories and portion of her skills, but I'm basically Celine in her body. I'm not just her anymore. It's not that I'm just recreating her past. Celine, have taken over her body in a pivotal moment in her current life. Does that mean She is dead? I guess the answer to the question doesn't really matter, though the thought of her passing is sad. I'm now the Saintess of the Golden Bow, a hero the whole Empire has been waiting for years, yet Levi was supposed to take on that role. Levi has been training to protect her all his life. He's way more skilled at archery than I am. I have a month to train myself to use a bow properly. Not just any bow though, the golden bow, which seems more ornamental than practical. Wielding that weapon will be a pain in the butt. What were the two components needed to defeat the Demon Queen again? The first one was firing the bow, the arrow, imbued with the golden bow's light magic at the Demon Queen's heart and actually hitting the target. So I need to practice both archery and accessing the bow's magic. As someone who's comes from Earth, I have no idea how to wield magic. The very component of magical power coursing through my body is foreign to me. I suppose training with the bow will just take time, though I have will to spare. As for wielding the magic, that's something Ellie would know more about, given that he's a light magic user. I scribbled down that I need to talk to Ellie about the golden bow and its magic. No, the Emmy, they say, and right now my Emmy until I master is that bow. And there's also a second component to defeating the Demon Queen, one that follows a story trope more than practical logic. Noah and Levi's love make the magic of the bow stronger. How is that possible? I have no idea. Would Noah and Levi being in love now still resolve the problems? Regardless, the two of them falling in love is not going to happen now. Levi's still hung up on me, and he wouldn't give Noah a second look. Meanwhile, the real her is technically dead. She never returned to Levi's feelings, so anyway, as for myself, I can't imagine falling in love with someone in a month. Love is a difficult topic for me. I don't trust or fall in love easily. I'm so scared. I'm scared. This situation isn't just a story in the book anymore. It's my reality. Levi, Ellie, Noah, my sister, father, the emperors, they're all real people. They aren't acting according to the script either. The plot of the book has changed. It's a real world now with unpredictable consequences. And I'm the center of the new story. Levi dies at the end of the book, despite defeating the Demon Queen, despite Noah's love for him. Will I die again too? Or will the aspect of the story change as well? No, I can't give up. I must change the reality and my fate. It's not like me to mope around and feel defeated. I'm the master of my own destiny. If I have to fall in love with someone, who should it be? Levi, who badly adores his lady. Noah, who has been burdened with leading the mission to defeat the Demon Queen. Ellie, who is a priest and can't marry someone unless they're part of the church. Or should I pick someone else entirely? At least I have to admit that all three of the men are handsome. The three of them are handsome men. I hope that my own baggage isn't going to drag me down too much. Will I turn cold and detach if I enter into a relationship with any of them, just like I did towards my ex-boyfriend? Can someone like me even make a guy fall in love with her within a month? My heart is beating so quickly. Now that I realize what really is at stake, what I have to do, I'm terrified. I lie down in bed, hiding my face against a pillow. Tears stream down my cheeks, soaking the material. For the first time since the reincarnating, I give in to all my emotions that have built up inside me. I'm just one girl. How can I carry so much heavy bag of burdens? Eventually, I cry myself to sleep. I toss and turn all night, though unable to get any real rest until nearly dawn. The next evening, Linda gets me all dolled up for the grand ball, and the Empress is throwing in my name. At the ball, I found myself sitting in the table, staring at the silverware I have no idea how to properly use. Her memories aren't helping me much. The servants put a salad in front of me, and I pick up one of 2 forks. There's a fended grass from my left. I look at the noble lady sitting next to me. She almost purple in the face, staring down at the fork I was holding. Wrong choice of cutlery then. I put it down and take another one in my hand. I steal a sideways glance at the noble lady. She doesn't seem to be fun anymore. There must be the right fork then. When everyone starts eating, I dig into the salad too, but it tastes like paper to me. I'm nervous. My hands are clammy. So you became the Saintess, Lady Devacase. The man to my right, Duke George, if her memory serves me correctly, strikes up a conversation with me. He's a young duke and a powerful player in the battlefield of the Empire's politics. I have to do my best not to say anything or do anything strange. Yes, despite my surprise, the golden bow has chosen me. Now that you carry on such a important role, do you plan to prove your knowledge of etiquette? He points at my salad. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong this time? The Duke smiles, but his expression isn't uncommon. You have no idea what you're doing wrong, do you? I don't. May I? He extends his hand to me, and when I don't protest, he touches my hand gently and modified the way I'm holding the fork. Come on, George. You're spoiling the fun. The lady on my left has a cruel smile on her face. Shoot, I really am eating the salad wrong after all. My cheeks heat up from embarrassment, and suddenly I find it hard to breathe. From every kind person like Good George, there's a cruel one like the lady here. A vulture just waiting for me to make a mistake. Now that I'm a Saintess, I have to be watched even more closely than she was as a mere count's daughter. They all are going to be laughing for weeks about the way I eat the stupid salad. I just know it. Her memories tell me that the incident won't be the first time she's ruined her reputation with a stupid mistake either. Excuse me. I can't be here anymore. I have to get some fresh air. We'll hyperventilate. Are you okay? Duke George calls out for me, but I walk quickly to the terrace. Once I'm away from the throne, I run into the gardens. I stop only when I reach a small lake. Here, I put my arms around my frame, trying to control my breathing. Breathe, Celine. In and out, in and out. I don't cry. Don't cry. You ruined the makeup Linda spent hours putting on you to make you look like a real noble lady. Didn't think I would run into you here. I turn around when I hear a voice. It's Noah. He's drawing his sword, and his usual mockery demeanor is not present. He's completely serious now. When he suddenly puts his sword against my throat. My heart beats so loudly that I feel like it's about to jump out of my chest. This time from fear. Does Noah want to kill me?
I wish I could just kill you and be done with it.
What? He does? But why? Sorry, I remember the scene. I fangirl over it when I was reading the novel. This is a scene where Noah puts his sword around Levi's throat. It's overly dramatic, and most of the readers in the novel read it as a romantic interaction. I'm pretty sure those people are like younger and stuff. We talked about the event for hours on the web novels forums. But now I think this setup is just ridiculous. I could just take a step at any time from the coldness of the steel, and my neck would be safe. I give Noah a long stare. He's looking at me seriously, as if he's really pondering if he should harm me. I don't believe he actually will. I will entertain his antics for a while longer, just to see if what he has to say. I want to know how much the scene changes with me here instead of Levi.
Why do you want me dead?
Because you're the reason I have to go on the mission to kill the Demon Queen. If anybody less capable than you had been chosen.
Oh, wait, return. Like a backbone. Oh, I'm glad he thinks so highly of my archery skills, especially considering how little the nobles think of my etiquette skills, but he's wrong.
I may not be as great at archery as you think.
That fact would change nothing at this point. Mother is now convinced you can defeat the fiend. This is a suicide mission. None of us will come back from the quest.
Even though I remember this line from the book, my eyes widen.
How do you know we won't return?
His words almost feel oddly like a foreshadowing for what happens in the book. Noah seems to seriously believe what he's saying.
20 people going deep into demon-ravaged lands to enter the Demon Queen's castle and kill her. What could possibly go wrong?
Probably everything because we don't have a stone monkey on our side during the West. Anyway, I think I should try to actually finish the book. He's really convinced we're going to die on the quest. I can see the desperation in his eyes.
Can't you convince your mother to postpone the date you leave? Or to increase the amount of people we can bring with us?
I've already tried. She doesn't want to listen. It's almost as if she wants to set us up for failure.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, Noah, you're closer to the truth than you think. I can tell. He's really... I can't really tell him anything about his mother's plans to get rid of him. He would just grow suspicious if someone he barely knows, spots such important information about his life. I should only tell him what's really going on with Empress if we become friends during the quest.
Look, I'm afraid of the mission too. But I don't want to give up. I won't just roll over and die. I'll keep fighting until the very end. No matter how the mission ends, I want to be sure I've done everything I can to fulfill my role properly.
Noah's eyes widen.
You're right. I can't just give up.
I must have seen the mission through I must see the mission till the very end. I must stop telling him to kill me. I'm sure will do great on the quest. I'm sure you do great on the quest. I hear you're a great fighter. Rumor has it you're difficult to talk to and don't have very good social skills. All I can see here is a composed young woman who can compliment others. You're a mystery, Saintess. Oh, I must be careful about what I say to others. I don't want to break my character as her too much. One thing's for sure, I don't want you to die, Your Grace. Just Noah is fine. We're teammates now, I suppose. I like the sound of that. Noah smiles back. He seems more relaxed now. Look at you, trying to get my mother to delay the deadline for us to leave. I would appreciate more time to train. Right. Time to go back to the ball then. Without sparing me another glance, Noah walks past me towards the terrace. I watch him until he disappears between the carefully trimmed bushes of the palace garden. I look out of the water in the lake and take a few deep breaths. I really haven't expected Levi's scene with Noah to play out for me. I didn't respond like Levi did. Our encounter didn't turn out romantic at all. Yet my heart is beating quickly, regardless, because I'm still scared about so many things. This stress is catching up to me. I fall to my knees on the soft grass. I can't hold back my tears any longer. In the end, I'm just a girl caught up in many responsibilities. I'm tired. I'm terrified. I want to go back. I want to all stop. No matter how much I cry, though, this new reality won't magically change for me. I'm still her, and I'm still the Saintess. The sooner I set my faith and put my energy into the few things I still can change, the better. With renewed purpose, I get up and start walking back to my room. Screw the ball. I'm not going back there. I'll only be real code further. I don't want the whole Imperial Court to continue watching how terrible I am at being a noble lady. If I had more time before the quest, I would take lessons to get better at etiquette. However, with the way the situation has unfolded, I have to focus only on improving my archery and horseback riding skills. Besides, the future of the Empire doesn't depend on me knowing which fork to use for salad, but it certainly does hang on me using the golden bow properly. When I walk down to the corridor towards the apartment where my family is staying, when I hear someone running behind me. Levi's calling me by my first name, like he always does when he's just me and her. It's something the two of them agree to do when they were younger. Levi stops before me and looks at me. It looks me up and down. Where have you been? I haven't noticed when you left the throne room. You're not supposed to go anywhere without me. Father's orders, I know. Just forget. I forgot. I realized I hadn't been thinking about how Levi would feel if I suddenly disappeared yet again. I'm not concerned about following his orders. I'm generally worried about you. He brushes his brushes and looks away. My heart's quickened. Why though? She has no romantic feelings towards him, but do I? I must admit, he's very handsome and kind, and he's my favorite character from the book. But I'm just a simp. I allow a long sigh. Levi looked back at me in a worried expression, then he looks me up and down again. You're right, are you not? He focuses on my face and frowns. You've been crying. You must have noticed my smudged makeup. But I'm feeling better now. What made you cry? When I see the sincere worry on his face, Levi's face, I want to tell him the truth. I'm just overwhelmed by son overcoming the Saintess, but having to carry the burden of saving the whole empire. I look down, tears welling up in my eyes again. He looks back up and sees Levi staring at me with love and adoration. It hurts me on the receiving end of the feelings, knowing that they aren't really for me. No matter what happens, know that I always stay by your side. I'm sorry for dragging you into this quest with me. He would have been caught up in this mess anyway if he were a saint, but now he's coming along anyway as her knight. What if Levi dies protecting me? My heart feels heavy. I must do my best to get as strong as possible. Don't say that. I swore to always protect you. Did I not? Back then, I became your knight, remember? I recall her memory of that time. They were both 14 back then, and Levi took a knee in front of her and swore he would protect her until death did them part. He made his vow with sonority and fever. Yet I'm not the one whom he swore to always stay beside. That person was her, and he should be free of the oath since she's kind of dead. I don't tell him the truth though. Our spar of the moment, I gesture towards Levi. Wait, lean down, please. You're too tall. Too tall for what? Levi gives a puzzled look, but compels with my quest. I press on my toes and kiss him on the cheek. Not as her, but as sign. Because I generally feel grateful for him, and don't know how to express myself right now.
Celeste?
Oh, Celeste. Levi's brushed a deep red, and gets frustrated. Only when I lean back and smile at him do I realize I shouldn't be doing something so intimate with a man who loves the woman who once inhabited this body. I might be sending him the wrong message.
I'm sorry. I just...
Don't be sorry.
I just wanted to express my gratitude.
I let out a sigh.
You always do your best to protect me. Thank you, Levi.
You're welcome. But it's my job to take care of you.
I know you're not doing it just because it's your job.
Levi gives me a startled look. I turn around and start walking towards my room before he could reply. Levi? Let's go, Levi. We need rest. Training starts tomorrow. Thank you for playing the Saintess of the Golden Bow demo. Follow us on the next Patreon for updates and games development. Okay, that was Saintess of Golden Bow. If you want my content, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Check this game out. It's fun. Really fun. I love the artwork. I love how the story is going to probably play out. I really hope I can play this game again. And when it's complete, maybe do a little bit of let's play. But it's going to be 60 hours long. So it'll be in parts, not full, like one video, that's it.